turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
So where did you get the know-how to do what you were doing?
Yeah, like who was
especially
on the
at
team?
an
Who was on
early
the squad?
age like that?
Just using fucking common sense, just common sense. I mean, I started out interning at the radio station.
There we go.
So I learned how to promote and market the records. Back then, they had the big 8-track cassettes that you throw in and then the record to run the commercials. So while the fucking DJs was in the back getting high, I would be playing the commercial to my party, and then I would be playing the record. So then the record promoter guy would come in and hit me off a couple of dollars to then play his record a little more while he keep this motherfucker in the back high. You feel me?
Right.
So I learned the game from that standpoint. And then, you know, being in record pools and all that shit. Back then, you know, you would go to a place where they would send all the records and you get like 30 new records before anybody would get it.
Mm-hmm.
And you go home and listen. So that taught me that I know I had an ear because I didn't want to really play what was already on the radio. I wanted to discover shit. You know, and so I learned from this dude named Frankie Hollywood who was in the pool. Like, yo, you ain't no fucking real DJ unless you break a record. You know, you gotta stand on a record. You know, that same shit I told Khaled. You know, when he was doing my radio show, when I got him off of underground radio and put him on mainstream, I was like, yo, bro. So that's why you hear him scream on the record, ah, this the shit and all that there. You know, I was like, boss, you know, if you ain't, you just another regular DJ. You feel me? And that's where that kind of came from, that dude Hollywood. But knowing a record was the key. Knowing a different record. And then you got to go in the club and be like, yo, this is the shit. So you put your name and your reputation as a DJ and everything on it. You got to make motherfuckers like that song.
Right.
How did you judge? Was it based on who danced to it or who was fucking with it? How did you judge?
A large part of that. You know, it had to fit what we was doing. Back then rap wasn't really in.
That's why I'm asking.
You know, because again, I started DJing in 76, 74. And so rap started coming in. It was more about, you know, playing Herbie Hancock and shit like that. Then when the original concept came out, that was pretty much like to me, the first bass record. You know, that fucking It's Yours. And that was do. And then, you know, we started playing that shit. So again, that was a record that wasn't played on the radio. That was a record that I pulled out of the crates. So it had to fit the vibe, what we were on, what I was on, you know, DJing. You know, I needed to, in order to be better than the next DJ, I had to play some shit motherfuckers ain't had.
Now, was you playing that record on the radio?
Those records, no. They wouldn't let no rap record on the radio. There wasn't no rap records on the radio shit.
So how did you Throw the D?
Throw the D, it was already a dance that we were doing in there. We would take some record and then people would start throwing the D, guys do a little dance and all that shit.
Chill out. Chill out, guys.
Throw the dick. they get behind the girls and throw the dick. I mean, goddamn. Shit. That's a pause. That's a pause.
Nah, not if it's on a girl.
Not if it's on a girl. No, on a girl. Yeah, definitely on the girl. Definitely on the fucking girl.
So the dance is already hot.
Yep.
How you moving around the record?
So the dance already hot. Now I got 2 live crew there. I'm like, look, man, y'all niggas doing this other shit. You know, on one side of they record, it had another dude named Yuri Vilot. You know, Yuri was doing conscious music. So 2 Live Crew was really a conscious dance type group. Motherfuckers don't realize that. So he had a song called Revolution.
How would anybody realize
on
that?
the flip side? Yeah.
How would anybody realize
you
that?
just move the ass out the way.
Exactly.
Oh, look, they conscious.
So it's like, exactly. That motherfucker, hey, straight fucking conscious. So they were conflicting as to what they wanted to do, a dance joint in a fucking conscious joint.
Right.
And so I was like, look, man, you niggas gonna be able to fight, you know, with everybody in the country. You're not gonna be able to sell no records unless we do some shit. You know, from Miami, these beats a minute, which there was no sound. I just basically came up with this shit.
Right.
And then it had to be some nasty shit. We had to get some Dolomite and Leroy Skillet and all that. Comedians, we ain't gonna sample James Brown because the brothers in New York sampling all that shit like that.
Right.
And you don't want to be like another motherfucker. You
Right.
feel me? You want to be like yourself, you know? So it wasn't like, okay, all right. It was some rappers from some areas, everybody trying to sound like they're from New York, which they didn't last, you know, too much. They didn't get the respect. So it was like, look, we gotta do this shit from here. And so that's when all the ass shaking and all the you know, all the wild shit came into the record. And before you know it, we do the video. We just gonna show all these bitches in there. We're gonna show all these motherfuckers doing all these partying and everything like that. And so on the album covers had to be us on the beach, laying down between the girls' ass with the bikinis on. I knew, because I ain't no budget. I ain't no money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no money. So, but I know if that shit sit in a rack at a record store,
it's gonna catch your attention.
You gonna walk by looking for Michael Jackson and be like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? And I time the releases around every major release because I know motherfuckers gonna be lined up going to the store. New Michael Jackson, new Prince, new this. Niggas gonna be lined up going to the store, and before you know it, I'm gonna have an album cover of me with a whole bunch of naked bitches, but you can't see, you know, you feel me?
Right.
And so you gonna grab it, and then you gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Then you gonna turn it over, face down, ass up. Hey, we want some pussy. Fuck shot. Oh, hell yeah, nigga, I gotta take this on GP. It's just
that's how it's going down, though.
Right.
The way he describing it is exactly how it's going down.
So that's me with my fucking deranged mind coming up with all this shit because I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. You know, hey, look, you know, I had to do what I had to do. You feel me? Because you couldn't compete with the major record labels. They got niggas standing up at the door and shit with a stand up and all the big posters and all that big release. So I had to do that on the cover and then, you know, kind of, you know, give them the same energy on a music video. So then same thing when the music videos came out, couldn't get played on no MTV raps and all that shit. BEATZ was like, did this to me, you know, straight up until 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was like, you know, these motherfuckers was like, hold on. But then Ralph McDaniel broke
Video Music Box.
Video Music
Box. That was our BET. That was our BET right there.
Ralph sent me over the fucking top in New York, right? So Ralph got
Ralph and Bobby.
Ralph, exactly.
Bobby Simmons. Yeah.
Exactly.
Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah,
so now my shit gets to Ralph. Ralph blew that shit out the woodworks. And then then they invent this shit called Video Jukebox.
Well,
so they really, I think they stole the shit from Ralph. Because Ralph was Video Music Box, right? And then they came up with Video Jukebox.
Right. But that was the call-in.
The call-in joint. Yeah.
But you had to pay every time.
You had to
pay because you was calling in with Ralph. Right?
Yeah, you couldn't call him with Ralph. You couldn't call him. Ralph just had to show.
You call him with Bobby.
You could show all the videos.
Bobby
you call it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, them two, right? Yeah, I know it's one of them that you can call. So them motherfuckers then, you know, bought, I think, you know, which it ended up becoming MTV2. So then they went nationwide. And so they put the fucking videos on that motherfucker then. That's when we kind of blew up, you know, all around the country because you could show the actual videos.
Any majors try to steal your formula?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.